Hello everyone, this is AceCaie and today we will be doing another topic which is Jinnah's 14 points. So basically, Qaid introduced Jinnah 14 points due to the reason that he rejected the Nehru report. He said that it was doctrine of slavery. He wanted to make 3 amendments in it. First, that Nehru report stated that they will give the Muslims 1/4 of the representation in the central legislature. However, Qaid wanted 1/3 of the representation. Secondly, Nehru reports was talking about the joint electorates and Qaid-e-Azam wanted separate electorates. Thirdly, the Nehru report said that they wanted residential power to be remained with the central government and Qaid-e-Azam wanted the residential power to be with the provinces itself. However, when Qaid-e-Azam proposed this 3 amendments request, Nehru report rejected Qaid-e-Azam's wishes for amendment. So the Qaid-e-Azam said that this would also happen to Muslims and all of the minorities if the country would go independent. So in 1929, Qaid-e-Azam announced the 14 points in All India Muslim League meeting. Now comes the 14 points. These 14 points are divided into 4 groups. First being more powers with the provinces. He wanted a few rules regarding that. Then he wanted future-proof Muslim representation and to safeguard and protect the Muslims. So these 4 subgroups have their own points in it, which together makes the 14 points which Qaid-e-Azam announced. Firstly, he wanted provinces to have residual powers. This means that they can have their own area majority for Muslims to protect their religion, culture and laws without the interference of the Hindu dominance. Secondly, they wanted provincial autonomy, same reason. Thirdly, they wanted Sindh to be separate from Bombay presidency. Now, why is that so? Because Bombay was a Hindu dominating province and Sindh was the only area that had majority Muslims. So if Sindh would be separate from Bombay, they can rule the Sindh of its own. Fourthly, they wanted the reforms to be introduced in NWFP and Balochistan. Secondly, in terms of future proof, Qaid-e-Azam wanted to secure this plan so that it was a rule made beforehand if anything unfortunate happens in the future. Firstly, he said that any territorial distribution shall not affect Muslims in any case. Secondly, he wanted to make sure that no legal papers must offend or suppress Muslim community in any way and no change to be made without the approval of Indian Federation. Now, Indian Federation was consisted of Muslims also. So basically what he was trying to say and convey in this point is that there should be equal rights even though when Hindus were in majority, and they must not suppress the Muslims once the British go out and we are a self-governing country, if so. In the Muslim representation, he just wanted 1/3 representation in the central legislature. He wanted all legislatures to have adequate Muslim representatives, which just means that they are good enough for the position. He wanted separate electorates and he wanted adequate Muslim representation in self-growing bodies. So he wanted a strong foundation for Muslim representation. To safeguard and protect the Muslims, he wanted full religious liberty. With that, he wanted the constitution to embody the adequate rules for the Muslim community and for its safety. So basically, he wanted the Muslims to be heard in the central legislature and the central government. He wanted to hold his position for the Muslims as he was the main representation for the Muslim community all over the subcontinent. Now this led to 3 roundtable conferences upon which the Government Act of 1935 was set. That's it. Thank you.